Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome to John's Rant number 9. We're almost one rant away from number 10. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, throw out the usual disclaimer. If you're not 18 years of age, this rant will not be for you. There could be some cursing and harsh language, so I advise you to make sure you have a parent consent before listening on. Now, in this rant, number 9, we're going to be discussing the WWE Royal Rumble and 10 possibly biggest swerves that could take place in the Royal Rumble this year. Now, as always, I can't do this rant without my co-host. He's all the way from California, if you guys don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Caesar. What's going on, man?
Not much.
Caesar is back, ladies and gentlemen. We were supposed to have a special guest here on this rant today, but unfortunately things didn't fall into place correctly. So maybe somewhere in the near future we can get everything worked out correctly and we can have a special guest on board. But nonetheless, you guys have us, and we're going to get this rant kicked off the correct way. Now, we are 2 weeks away from WWE's one of their major top pay-per-views of January, and that's the WWE's Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble, in case you guys don't know the date, the Royal Rumble is scheduled on January the 25th. So far, we don't know who exactly is going to win this year's Rumble. Last year, we saw the Rumble come down to the returning Dave Bautista and one half of the Shield, Roman Reigns. And we all thought Roman was going to actually take the win at last year's Rumble until WWE threw a swerve and gave it to Dan Bautista. Man, that was crazy. I didn't understand that for a bit, but that's exactly what happened last year. Now, I can give you guys a little bit of update because there have been a couple of updates coming out this past week concerning the WWE Royal Rumble. Now, 2 new entrants have in fact been added to this year's Rumble. One of them being the brand new Intercontinental Champion, Bad News Barrett, and the other one being the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Also, Roman Reigns has entered the Rumble. Daniel Bryan has entered the Rumble, and so has Rusev. So there you have it, you guys. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys so far in the Rumble that we know of, and more probably will be announced as the weeks to come. Caesar, right now, what is your bold prediction of the Royal Rumble before we get started into the 10 biggest swerves that could be pulled at the Royal Rumble? Who do you think right now in your mind is slated to probably win this thing this year?
I don't know, but rumors that Roman Reigns can win this Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard big things should be happening to Roman this year. I know Roman has already granted his first Make-A-Wish. So basically, good things is slated for Roman this year. A lot of people are saying Roman Reigns is played out. I don't know why, because he did the Make-A-Wish thing. A lot of people saying WWE is trying to package him like another Cena. And like I said, I don't know. I mean, I can see big things coming Roman Reigns' way this year in 2015. Like last year, you know, he had a big run in the Rumble last year, eliminating more guys than Kane has ever done. So he beat Kane's elimination record at last year's Rumble. And who knows, can Roman Reigns surpass his own record from last year this year? That's the question. Honestly, I don't know. It's a big toss-up for me right now who I'm predicting to win the Royal Rumble. A lot of people saying Daniel Bryan is slated to win it. I had high hopes for Dolph Ziggler, but seeing what happened this past Monday when he got fired, that's not probably going to happen now. But my thoughts, I will give you my thoughts at the end of this rant of who my prediction is to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, y'all might say boo, but I don't know. I'll give you my thoughts on who's going to win the Rumble close to the end of the rant. So let's get started. All right, coming in at number 10. Now, To me, this could be a possibility of a guy to win the Royal Rumble, someone that everyone has overlooked for some time now because, quite frankly, the guy's never been beaten before. He's never been pinned. He's never been pinned. He lost matches, I do believe, by DQ, but he's never been pinned, and he's our brand new United States champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute. Now, it might be, like I said, this might not sound good for a close winner of the Royal Rumble, but think about it. Rusev is undefeated, and he's currently the United States champion. He's also taken out a ton of top names in the WWE. He really has. And yeah, winning the Royal Rumble, Lana basically could interfere for helping him to win the Royal Rumble, meaning she can jump on the apron and a superstar is attacked by another superstar, leaving Rusev the winner by default. Basically, let's take it back to October when on Raw, Rusev and Lana was confronted by The Rock. I know everyone will remember that. Actually, WWE, I'm not sure why the hell y'all did that, but it's whatever. Basically, Rusev and Lana was also guests on Jericho's highlight reel too, meaning that it's quite obvious that the company has a ton of faith in what Rusev and Lana bring to the table as performers. Now, I didn't understand Rusev having a confrontation with The Rock. I didn't even understand that by me. But like I said, it's WWE for you. And it's more not WWE per se of the writers. It's more or less of Vince McMahon. Caesar, what do you think about that whole confrontation that Rusev and The Rock had back in October of last year on Monday Night Raw?
It didn't make sense.
Right. Well, let's see. Even if using Rusev winning the Rumble as a way to shift the title match onto someone else that wasn't in the Rumble, maybe John Cena for starters, the Bulgarian Brute and Ravishing Russian are a captivating pair of talents who clearly are ready for a greater role in WWE. Could the Rumble be where Rusev breaks out from the pack? Honestly, I can see Rusev being one of the guys, kind of like what Roman Reigns did last year, throwing out a lot of talent in the Royal Rumble match. But do I possibly see Rusev actually going through 30 men and being the last man standing? I don't think so. That's my opinion. I don't predict Rusev to win this year's Rumble. Caesar, what do you think? You think Rusev gonna win it or no?
Not even close.
Not even close. Alright, now, a lot of you guys are going to hate me for this next one. A lot of you guys are going to hate me for it. But number 9. Now, I found out this week that Daniel Bryan supposed to have his first match back next week on Thursday night SmackDown. Which, he claimed he was going to return at the Royal Rumble. That's the first time he was going to lace up his boots, was at the Rumble. Well, WWE squashed that. And I went on to say in my last video that I talked about it, I think WWE is rushing Daniel Bryan back for the simple fact that their product is kind of failing at this point. They basically, WWE has not built anything around the Rumble as of yet. No major storyline going into the Rumble. Only storyline we have right now is Brock Lesnar versus John Cena and Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. That's pretty much it. Nothing else. So I think this is the one reason why Daniel Bryan, they're bringing him back next week on SmackDown to start some type of storyline for him heading into the Rumble. Now, this is another swerve that could possibly alternate and change the Royal Rumble as well. Basically, Daniel Bryan gets eliminated immediately. Basically, you guys, Daniel Bryan getting a knockout punch by the Big Show or hit with Luke Harper's discus lariat and then deposit over the top rope within seconds of ending the Royal Rumble match. Daniel Bryan's return does not just open up a space for Bryan to reascend to the top of the card as the company's #1 baby face. So basically, you guys, a lot of people thinking, oh, Daniel Bryan is going to return. He's going to be the sole winner of this year's Rumble. Honestly, I cannot see that. I mean, I understand Daniel Bryan's been gone a long time from the WWE with health issues, and his career could be ending, but it's not. But I can't see them bringing him back just to make him be a top player again. What do you think, Caesar?
He's been out. Like, he's been out of action for a while, so I don't see him as a top guy right now.
Right. Also, I look at it like this right here. If Daniel Bryan does enter the Rumble and he's eliminated, like just like that, immediately, you know what that will actually possibly do to the person that eliminated Daniel Bryan? This basically would create a gigantic heel on the roster. You know what I'm saying? This will basically generate that person rather than Big Show or Luke Harper. They can be a bigger heel than what they already are. You know what I'm saying? That could possibly happen. And basically this is the time that could take place. Basically just imagine though, if that happened, a gas or shot followed by immediate chorus of boos. While yes, many suspect that Daniel Bryan is 2015's Royal Rumble winner, he's quite possibly much better positioned as the Rumble loser. Best one positioned as an underdog babyface, Bryan being in the Rumble, allowing a fresh monster heel to get over is a terrible idea worth considering. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Daniel Bryan being deposited on the top rope as soon as he enters. I mean, he puts over, not only he puts over a new monster, but he gives that monster a chance to thrive by giving much heat to him. And while a lot of people are going to be booing, it's going to be just like the same way that Brock Lesnar ended the Undertaker streak, by having a bunch of boos followed by the elimination of Daniel Bryan in total shock. Me, myself, I'm not putting money on Daniel Bryan to win this year's Royal Rumble. I mean, yeah, I'm glad Daniel Bryan is back in the E. I'm glad his health is good. But other than that, I'm not looking at him to win the Royal Rumble. Let's see. We're going to head into number 8. Triple H screws Roman Reigns. Before we get into that, Caesar, what do you think about Triple H screwing Roman Reigns in the Rumble, man? I can't hear you. What you say now?
Don't know.
So you have no thoughts in Triple H screwing Roman Reigns in the whole Rumble match?
Like, that'll be just typical from WWE. Like, we've seen Triple H do bullshit stuff.
Right. Well, Roman Reigns being in the main event, basically WrestleMania against Seth Rollins, this has been talked about. And of course, it's been talked about mainly WWE fans. Basically, how to make that happen, besides the obvious, Rollins, the Money in the Bank cash in after the three-way, where he doesn't take the pinfall and Reigns winning the Rumble. Well, folks, if the title match is before the Rumble, there's the thought that the best idea is to play up the idea that Triple H wants Rollins to have an easier WrestleMania opponent. So him pulling Roman Reigns out over the top rope makes sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, if the title match takes place before the Rumble, which it could happen, because everyone knows the Royal Rumble match is pretty much the last match on the card anyway. That takes up the majority of the rest of the time of the pay-per-view. I think the Royal Rumble match normally lasts for close to an hour, I do believe. So one can only assume that the three-way championship match will kick off the show. I hope it doesn't, but it probably will, just to save time for the Royal Rumble match in general, which would make sense. But who knows? We should see. But let's see here. Of course, Sting can return, and Reigns' entrance into the WrestleMania main event can be on the line, and Sting versus Triple H add more intrigue to that encounter. Now, it's been said that a lot of people think Sting will have a definite match at WrestleMania 31 against an authority member, per se, the COO Triple H himself. Me, myself, I do believe I did a match on this channel a while back with Sting versus Triple H and what you could expect out of it. But again, everything is just up in the air as far as Sting returning. Hopefully, we do get another Sting sighting, hopefully at the Royal Rumble, and this again will shake things up in the E heading to WrestleMania. Alright, now we on to number 7. Turn Eric Rowan again in the Royal Rumble. Now, I can't talk about Eric Rowan right now because he's on the fire storyline. He's supposed to be fired. But this is just a theory if he was in the Royal Rumble this year. J&J Security, Aiden Luke Harper as referees last week on Raw as Harper defeated Eric Rowan prior to him being fired at the end of the broadcast, raising an intriguing point. As a babyface, what does Rowan really have left to offer? In all actuality, turn Rowan heel and having him side with authority favorites Kane, Big Show, and Luke Harper as a quartet of giant ass kickers working for Triple H could be fun. So basically, turning Eric Rowan heel in the Rumble match could basically aid the authority, and it could be authority takes over the Royal Rumble type of thing. Let me see here. Rowan and Harper sliding into the tag ranks to wrestle the Usos. Rowan interfering and breaking up a Cena pinfall attempt in the heavyweight championship match. Or what? Rowan being served up for Sting prior to his match with Triple H as an idea too. How would all of this start? Simple. Basically, you got 4 joint forces in the Rumble to effectively neutralize Roman Reigns and Ryback, which again, Ryback has been fired too. So like I said, this is just going on before the whole firing thing came up. To keep them from winning. Big Show realizing that his knockout punch may not be enough and finding 2 giant friends would be money. So basically, here you go, a heel turn for Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan turning heelish, helping Kane and Big Show eliminate the pretty much all the baby faces. Caesar, what do you think about Eric Rowan if he was going to be in this Rumble match? Which I'm not going to say he can't be, but the way the firing was set up, this would actually roll into the Rumble that it honestly would not be there. But if Eric Rowan was there, Caesar, how would you see him turning heel? I mean, would you like the idea of him joining the authority or no?
I don't know. I'm just sick of that storyline, the authority.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Alright, now, this is the guy I just mentioned at the beginning of the damn rant. Alright, number 6. Dolph Ziggler remains fired past the Royal Rumble, but is involved in the show. Alright, the idea that recently fired wrestlers Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, and Eric Rowan will all get their storyline jobs back seems relatively obvious. However, it's the how, when, and why that's possibly intriguing. Rowan getting his job back by becoming a servant, authority, Funkle, sounds probable. Okay? Ryback having to run a gauntlet of monster heel sounds like a great TV moment or something better served for pay-per-view. However, Dolph Ziggler is a whole other case that could make for a lot of fun. Now, see, I hope WWE is going to do this some kind of way. Like I said, right now, Ryback, Eric, and Dolph are still fired from the roster, but that does not mean anything because WWE can pull a wild card and anything can happen at the Royal Rumble. Caesar, what do you think WWE should do at the Royal Rumble to bring these guys back in the fold? I mean, how would you write it?
I think Ryback, Dolph, and Rowan should be out of the Rumble picture, and like they should have like John Cena on Raw. They like make him put everything on the line on the Rumble. If he loses, like he's done. He will never be in the WWE ring ever.
Right.
But he should be the one to bring back Ryback, Rowan, and Dolph.
Right. I like that. I like that. But here's one. Now here's another possibility. Imagine Dolph Ziggler is not back by the Royal Rumble. The crowd chants of "We Want Ziggler" are significant enough during the Rumble that they're even mentioned on commentary. The triple threat match is the main event, and of course, John Cena wins. However, as Seth Rollins goes to grab his Money in the Bank briefcase, Dolph Ziggler appears out of nowhere, hops over the guardrail, grabs the briefcase, and runs away. Of course, this allows the show to end with a surprise and tirade Seth Rollins taking an attitude adjustment to end the night. The WrestleMania main event will be set as Cena versus Roman Reigns. However, also on the show would be a Money in the Bank ladder match between the restrained Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. Dolph would win, and though Seth Rollins will be the first Money in the Bank briefcase holder to never cash in his briefcase, he will still eventually become champion. Of course, this would be where Dolph would cash in on Rollins, and those two would have a tremendous series of matches together, would be off and running. Now, honestly, I could see that being a possibility for the Rumble. You know, Dolph Ziggler reappearing still in the briefcase and, hauling ass. But that'd kind of be kind of corny, in my opinion. It would be kind of corny. I mean, WWE has known to do some corny shit as of late, but that would be by far the corniest thing I ever could bear witness to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the wire. We're at number 5. If you guys need to stop the video and go grab a quick beverage, go do so in return. But for the ones that is still here, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this rant. I appreciate it. Caesar appreciate it. And we're going to get on to number 5. Number 5, Daniel Bryan co-wins the Royal Rumble with Roman Reigns. Ooh. Okay, this would be fun, you guys. The Lex Luger Bret Hart co-winner Rumble finish hasn't been done in 21 years. So this has been done before, but it has not been done in 21 years of the Royal Rumble. And it should be done just for the looks of sheer confusion on the faces of the WWE Universe. If Cena wins, it's Reigns versus Cena, which would be fun, or Cena versus Bryan, which would make Total Divas incredible. Now, mind you, Daniel Bryan and John Cena have faced off before, which, in my opinion, that what kind of gave Total Divas the they needed for viewership. With Brock, both matches have blockbuster potential, and as with Rollins, at intentional glance, more in-ring than storyline intrigue. Reigns and Bryan co-winning the Rumble allows for a main event to be booked immediately for February 22nd Fastlane pay-per-view as well. Caesar, what do you think about both men winning, Bryan and Roman Reigns?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
that feels kind of corny.
Yeah. I mean, but think about it. This storyline been done 21 years ago. Bret Hart and Lex Luger was the first 2 men to ever co-win the Royal Rumble. I mean, I can see WWE pulling that storyline out, but think about it. 21 years ago, a lot of these people that watching WWE wasn't even thought of yet. They were still in their mom's bellies, they weren't even thought of yet. So, I mean, that storyline could be intriguing. Hell, I never knew that. I never knew they had co-winners of a Royal Rumble. So, if I never read this, I'd have been like, what the fuck? I'd have been in what the fuck mode. Like, dude, did 2 people just seriously win the fucking Royal Rumble? So, who's the real winner? You know what I'm saying? But, let's go to number 4. Okay. Now, WWE. I'm looking at number 4 now. WWE. I understand what you're doing. I understand, but sometimes you make me scratch my bald ass head and like think, what the fuck? Okay, number 4, Caesar. YouTubers. Sting wins the Royal Rumble, chooses to fight Triple H. I'm gonna repeat this. Number 4. Sting wins the Royal Rumble, but chooses to fight Triple H. He doesn't want to headline WrestleMania against a champion. He wants to fight Triple H. Alright, let's run down on this, possibly how this could take place. The winner of the Royal Rumble doesn't necessarily have to wrestle for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which that has been on the record of being true. The winner does not have to fight the champion, which in 2K15, and I know Caesar can vouch for this one. If you play the universe mode in 2K15, past gen, next gen, whatever, if your superstar wins the Rumble, your superstar has a chance to headline WrestleMania against the current champion, or either take on the Undertaker. So that's been proven. That's been proven. You don't have to win the Royal Rumble to headline WrestleMania. No. But Sting being in the Royal Rumble, that would be a big surprise. It really would be. But let's go on to the Sting to see how he would win it. Okay. If, say, Sting entered the Royal Rumble and won in a similar fashion to how Vince McMahon won through unusual means, he will forego the WWE Championship opportunity for a shot instead at the man that made it happen in Triple H. The idea of a group of goons, say Kane, Eric Rowan, Big Show, and Luke Harper, would gang up on Sting, who enters the Rumble in the place left open by the still-fired Dolph Ziggler, who Sting helped win the Survivor Series. Okay, Sting cleans house, but eventually is overwhelmed near the end of the match by the foursome. Guys like Bryan, Reigns, etc. are unable to stop Triple H headhunters in the Rumble and are eliminated. And when Sting gets cornered, Hunter enters the ring and starts in with a promo. Of course, Dolph Ziggler hops the rail and swoops into action, helping Sting fight off his adversaries. Sting eats a discus clothesline for Harper, though, and is laid out. Okay? As Ziggler's back is turned, he takes the KO punch from the Big Show, who holds him up so that Hunter can clobber him with, say, the ring bell. Okay, Hunter takes forever, which allows Ziggler to regain his bearings enough to duck the bell and Show get hit. Ziggler hits Triple H with a zigzag and then takes the fight with Kane, Harper, and Rowan into the stands. This leaves Big Show and Sting plus a down and selling Triple H in the ring. Okay, Sting gets up. Sting gets up. Notice that Big Show is staggered by the ropes and lifts him over the top rope. So basically, mind you, Big Show is a 400, 500 plus pound man. Okay, we've seen what Cesaro was able to do at WrestleMania 30 in the Andre the Giant Battle, Memorial Battle Royal. He basically deadlift that big guy over the top rope, just like Hogan lifted Andre back in the day. But Sting, WWE, I can't see Sting lifting a Big Show and throwing. I mean, even if he staggered over the ropes, he grabbed one leg and just lift up. I can't. I mean, it's gonna take a lot out of Sting to do that. Caesar, what do you think, man?
I don't see Sting doing that.
No, I mean, Sting gonna really have to come in with an ass of clotheslines or a mad ass Stinger splash. I don't see him lifting Big Show, even if he is leaning on the ropes. I can't see Sting throwing Big Show over. If anything, Triple H, in my guess, would some kind of way have to help him throw him over. Meaning, I can say Sting having Big Show up, out of corner of Sting's eye, he see Triple H just running up, and next thing you know, Sting ducks, and I can see Triple H doing it. But I can't see Sting doing it on his own accord. No, WWE, no. Okay, let's get back to this. The Royal Rumble ends with Sting and Triple H having a stare down and Sting holding a WWE Championship shot that he offers to Ziggler as he wants Triple H. Oh my fucking God. What a glorious day that will be in the damn WWE. Sting wins the Royal Rumble, but he does not want the championship title match. He wants Triple H, the COO. And then he hands the title main event to basically Dolph Ziggler. Oh my fucking God. Dude, you know how big that will be, Caesar? Like, seriously? Like, seriously, Caesar? Huh?
That would be big.
That would be, dude. That actually would. I think that would be a first in WWE. You guys quote me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that. Someone win in the Royal Rumble, but they give their title shot to someone else who didn't win or wasn't a part of it. I don't think that has ever happened in WWE. I could be wrong. So sound.
Outside of the box.
So what now, Caesar?
That would be something thinking out of the box.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, you know, Sting being the guy he is, dude. I mean, yeah, he did help Dolph at Survivor Series. So who knows? Maybe Sting sees something in Dolph Ziggler that a lot of other people don't see. Here, I see a lot of potential in Dolph Ziggler, to be honest. I see a lot in the guy. It's just that the E doesn't want to put Dolph Ziggler in the limelight. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't want him to be there yet. And honestly, I think WWE needs to shape up, fly right, and give Dolph Ziggler that push he fucking deserves. I'm saying it right here on the rant. You guys can look back on this later, but I'm begging WWE to give Dolph Ziggler the damn push he deserves. He's deserving of it. And honestly, if Sting does win the Rumble and he gives Dolph Ziggler that number one spot in the main event at WrestleMania, I already know we're going to have some haters. They're going to hate, oh my God, you know, Sting missed out on the opportunity of his career, the biggest opportunity ever. Man, fuck that. Fuck that.
He's already held championships, not in WWE a lot.
Right. Sting is a world champion multiple times over. Yeah, he's never held the major title in WWE, which is true. But still, you know, yeah, I would like to see Sting at least hold that championship for once before his career is ended. Yeah, I would love it. But right now, I see what Sting doing. Sting is wanting to take out the trash in WWE before he progresses on with his career in WWE. So, honestly, I'm applauding Sting right now. If this should happen, I'm applauding Sting early on. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But if it does happen, Sting, I'm applauding you right now, man. I'm applauding you right now.
It's showtime.
It's showtime. Woo! All right. Let's go to number 3. Oh, my God. All right. I'm not saying OMG in a bad way, you guys. But this is crazy. All right. Number 3. Now, remember we was talking about NXT being a part of the Royal Rumble this year? All right. This is the number 3 swerve that could possibly happen. And this is coming from the NXT side of things. How about, what if the 2015 Royal Rumble winner is current and reigning defending NXT champion Sami Zayn? Whoa, that's big. That's big. A NXT superstar winning the Rumble? Alright, let's figure out how I could do it. How this would be done. Okay. Daniel Bryan is better as a heel than as a babyface, which I would say that's true. Switching Daniel Bryan heel on Sami Zayn would be fucking money, which is true too. Sami's got a similar indie to mainstream wrestling story as Bryan, and arguably is far less banged up as Bryan is too. As a heel, Bryan can change up his style and not depend as much on high impact maneuvers. How can this happen? Well, the NXT champion first can win the Royal Rumble. Sami enters the Rumble and is in the final 3 with Bryan and Reigns. Reigns spears Zayn, but just as he gets up, he takes a knee kick from Bryan. Bryan goes to toss out Reigns, which gives Zayn enough time to recover and toss out the entangled Bryan and Roman Reigns too. So basically, Sami Zayn not only eliminates Bryan, but he eliminates Roman Reigns as well in the process. Okay, this gets Sami on the main roster in a deservedly huge way. Of course, building this to a 3-way at Fastlane for the championship match at WrestleMania allows Sami to get speared while going for a desperation haluva kick with Daniel Bryan still in the pin. Eventually, Bryan loses at WrestleMania but uses his win over Sami Zayn as a cheap slew in the face of recovering from a career-threatening injury, yet losing in what he calls the biggest match of his career when many think that WrestleMania 30 already was. A slow burning feud heel, Daniel Bryan being linked to Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble makes such a bold move worth making. Oh my God, Caesar, what do you think about it? Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan build a feud if he should win the Royal Rumble. They build a feud heading over in the fast lane, then heading into WrestleMania. What do you think, man?
That would be cool, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I can't see WWE being this entertaining for the Royal Rumble, man. I mean, I don't know. Like the Royal Rumble where CM Punk lost the championship to the fucking Rock, man. I was so fucking pissed. You know what I mean? You made CM Punk lose a championship to a part-timer, man. That in my eyes, I'm a Rock fan. But I'm not a Rock fan as I once was when it was the WWF, the Attitude Days. I mean, The Rock, he has no passion for wrestling like he used to. And the only reason why he come back when he sees another money-making opportunity for himself. He doesn't give a damn about the people and the millions and millions. He doesn't give a damn. Because if he does, he will be there more than just one time a year, 2 appearances here, and then he's gone again filming another damn movie. I'm not knocking nothing of The Rock, but The Rock doesn't have his damn priorities straight. I'm just saying like that. The Rock does not have his priorities straight. Honestly, the Rock versus Cena, that match should have happened a long time ago. And they waited to have the match, and then it was no reason to have it. I didn't get anything out of Rock versus Cena, honestly. I mean, Caesar, did you get anything out of Rock versus Cena at all?
The first match was great, but when they kept going for round 2, 3, I don't know. I got tired.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. WWE prefer to bring part-timers back instead of using what you guys already have. The underdogs is what I call them. The guys that you got that basically don't get opportunities. People like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph has been clawing his way to the main spotlight for a while now. He's been world heavyweight champion. He's been intercontinental champion. He's done it all pretty much almost. But he's never got that deserving chance as being a reigning and defending champion. And that pisses me off with the WWE. It really does. But let's get down to it. We're down to the last 2 possibly biggest swerves. You already heard number 3. Now, number 2. Oh my God. Okay. WWE, I swear. Don't do this. Don't do this. Number 2, John Cena wins. No, Seth Rollins really wins. Alright. Now, John Cena and Seth Rollins supposed to be in the triple threat match with Brock Lesnar. Okay. So let's see how would this pan out. Is a screw job still a screw job when it's the finish everyone is secretly suspecting will happen? Yes, it most certainly is. Given the unique structure of Brock Lesnar contract, Brock staying champion past the Royal Rumble is highly unlikely. Thus, John Cena pinning Brock in an epic 3-way with Seth Rollins losing and then cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase is certainly possible. Does this double Jeopardy finish feel hacking to you too? Of course, keep reading and check out number 1. Alright. Now, there you have it. It's possible, but not possible, Brock could retain his championship at the Rumble. If the match is first, if anything. If the match is first and he retains, then we know something is up with WWE and the whole fucking Royal Rumble. So, before I get to the number one, you guys, again, need to take a breather, you need to pause the video, need to grab a drink, a snack, whatever, and come back. That's cool. For everyone else that's still here, thank you for being here thus far. We're down to the number 1 gritty, the number 1 biggest swerve that could possibly take place at this year's Royal Rumble. Caesar, you got any guesses of what could be the possible number 1 swerve at this year's Rumble, if possible?
I might expect Sting to return.
Okay, you expect the Sting to return, but can you guess out of the 10, out of the 9 things I just said by the biggest swerves in WWE, can you guess what the number one could possibly be? The number one swerve. Do you think you know what the number one swerve is in this laundry list of 10 biggest swerves? Huh? See, Caesar saying you don't know. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys what the number one biggest swerve is. All right, this is about to round it up. Seth Rollins outright wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I repeat, the number one biggest swerve at the Rumble. Seth Rollins outright wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, we about to read on to basically how this can happen. Now, maybe Seth Rollins is in a title match so that Brock Lesnar doesn't have to cleanly lose the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and can maintain his heat upon his return. The idea of a returning Dolph Ziggler stealing the physical Money in the Bank briefcase and running away with it allows for Rollins to have to feel the pressure and not have the crutch to fall back upon of having the briefcase to cash in. If WWE opts to head in this direction, the idea that the unemployed Ziggler has the briefcase would be intriguing if he had to put it on the line and return to the company for a special WrestleMania Money in the Bank ladder match, or B, was simply scheduled to wrestle Seth Rollins at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in April and maybe even win the championship at May's Payback is a sensible concept. But yeah, Seth Rollins is on fire and definitely deserves a clean pinfall victory. So basically, there you have it, folks. Seth Rollins outright wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, if you guys been paying attention to this rant has, I know, been a little bit differently because we're talking about the Royal Rumble and we're talking about the 10 biggest swerves in the WWE. Let me know what you guys think. Listen to the rant again. What swerve are you guys thinking that possibly could happen? Name a couple. Let me know in the comment. Hell, tweet me. I'm available. Hell, even follow the Best of Both Worlds official Facebook like page. And that's facebook.com/TrueJohnB for real. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen at this year's Royal Rumble. Because so far, right now, we don't have any answers. Everything is on a hiatus right now. Triple H, I heard a rumor that Triple H sat down with the locker room and said there's no clear-cut answer of who they're picking to win the Royal Rumble. He just wants the talent to step their A game up in the next few weeks so they can decide that winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The 10 biggest swerves WWE could pull at this year's Royal Rumble. Now, I did get all this information from, let me see, what's the site? WhatCulture.com. So I did get all this information from WhatCulture.com, and I figured I would elaborate it here on the rant and get you guys' thought as well. So head over to WhatCulture.com. And you can see where I got all this information for this week's rant. Caesar, is there anything you want to add? But before I get to that, I told you I would let you guys know my prediction of the Royal Rumble. Let's see, who do I want to go with? So many guys, man. So many guys. And okay, I'm gonna step out on a limb with this. I know it probably won't happen, but I'm gonna step out on a limb and say it. I want to see Cesaro win the damn Royal Rumble, dude. If Cesaro... So what, Caesar?
That would be a good one.
That would be... Dude, that would be a good one that I honestly would not expect. Hell, I didn't expect the guy to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania last year. So I'm going... That was a good-ass match. I'm not going to lie. I'm going with the Swiss Superman. I'm going with Cesaro, you guys. The king of swing. I'm going with Cesaro to win the Royal Rumble this year. It might not happen, but that's a good, bold prediction from me. So there you guys have it. My prediction, I'm going with Cesaro to win this year's Royal Rumble. It might not happen, though, but hopefully it does. Caesar, you want to add anything about the Royal Rumble? I mean, you got any thoughts before we wrap this rant up for this week?
Once again, I'm going with the Stinger.
He's going with Sting. All right, Caesar says he's going with Sting. If Sting is going to be a part of the Rumble, he's going with Sting, and I'm going with Cesaro. You guys can sign off in the comments below. Let us know who you're pulling for this year's Royal Rumble. And who knows? Let's see who actually wins. Let's go on a prediction. Let's see. I'm going with Cesaro. Caesar's going with Sting. Who are you going with? Sound off. Let us know. Anything else you want to say, Caesar, before we leave?
That's it.
That's it. Caesar saying peace. Well, you guys, thank you once again for tuning in to another exciting edition of John's Rant, episode number 9. We're one rant away from episode number 10, and I can't wait. I'm not sure what's going on for episode 10 just yet, but it should be fun. It really is. Alright, if you guys have not liked the official Best of Both Worlds Facebook page, please do so today. It's facebook.com/ChewJohnB for real. I'll make sure I leave that link in the description below. Also, keep sending Caesar your friend requests on PlayStation Network. I'll leave all that information below. Also, don't forget, we're also on the Twitter, CPunkCaesar and ChewJohnB. All that information will be below as well. Alright, you guys, thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you have not considered subscribing, please hit that subscribe button. It will help me a ton. It will help Caesar a ton as well, because Caesar said he wants to stay doing John's Rant no matter what. He wants to stay here doing the rants. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John. He's my co-host Caesar, and we will catch you all in the next one. Peace.